What's up, racers? Rez here, and today we're going back in time and we're going to play some F-Zero, and we're going to try to unlock, or at least get started on unlocking F-Zero's hidden difficulty. So let me explain what that means. So we're going to Grand Prix mode, and we're going to pick the Blue Falcon. It's my favorite car. We're going to take this one, and we'll go to Night League, and you're going to see that there's 3 different difficulties: beginner, standard, expert. There's actually a 4th one called master if you didn't know, but you've got to beat everything on expert first. So we're going to start our journey now. Now, word of warning, I'm playing this on an emulator. I have this game on the Switch also. I have it on Switch Online, and I have a Super Nintendo controller emulator. But it's just easier to record video on the emulators. It's just easier to record video on the emulator, so we're just going to do it this way. But the game plays, as far as I can tell, pretty much the same. So hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and let's have some fun. Alright, mute CD1. So we're going to start jumping off the line, get that bump, and let's go. Oh. So, big key to going fast in F-Zero is making sure the car is perfectly parallel to the track at all times. And what I mean by that is, this guy's just going to harass me the whole time. Again, we're an expert level, so it's to be expected. But what you want is you've got to have the car parallel to the track at all times. If you start drifting from left to right, it costs you time. Not a lot of time, but in something like this, it's enough. And now you're going to see, get by over here, get past this back marker, right over the top of him, right through the dirt. I'm going to see if I can catch up to this guy. This is the Golden Fox. Great acceleration, not so great top speed, but for whatever reason, the AI always has him win. Okay, so I'm going to save my turbos. I'm not going to use my turbo boost until absolutely necessary. It's something I learned while playing this game as a kid. You never want to use the turbo boost and then be left with nothing at the end. And by the way, the controller I'm using to play is the 8-bit do Super NES replica. I'm going to use the turbo right here to get away from this guy. But I'm using the 8-bit do Super NES replica. Like, I've tried to play this game with different controllers, like a fake Xbox controller. I've tried the Switch Pro, which works pretty well, but nothing beats the feel of a Super NES controller. And since I can't get my actual Super NES controller replica to work on my computer, this is the next best thing. This version is the wired version that I'm using. It was only like 24 bucks. I used to have a wireless one. I have no idea where it went, but it feels pretty much like the real thing. The only thing that doesn't feel like the original is the shoulder button, because it actually has 4 shoulder buttons instead of 2. It has an L1 and an L2, because it has to, because it's a modern controller. And so the L1 and R1 feel kind of skinny. Whew, that was close. Compared to like the Super Nintendo controller. That's a small price to pay. So game number 1, that wasn't too difficult. With a speed of 210, that bump that I got at the beginning definitely helped. So what's our total time? 210.94. Not bad. Big Blue. All right, here we go. Same deal. We're gonna take a bump off the green turtle. Bam. Love the music in this game. Got to get through the dirt here. Very careful, just to thread the needle. And I tell you, it's using this controller makes this game so much easier to play. It's the thing with racing games. Any racing game, you gotta have good controls. Oh man, I'm pretty terrible through there. Took my foot off the gas, or took my finger off the gas, and kind of paid for it. So let's just keep pushing. Now the thing with F-Zero doesn't like keep track of your wins or any of that stuff. It doesn't keep track of any kind of points. You basically just have to finish every race. Ah, man, I am terrible right now. Get around this back marker. Alright, we're catching up, but I did not want to use my turbo there. Usually these back markers really mess me up, but I'm doing okay with them today. Like I said, straight parallel, and you've got to be careful with these back markers when they start flashing like that, because they're basically landmines at that point. They're about to blow up. The AI plays dirty. The AI plays dirty. But the back marker took him out too, so old Fire Stingray. Fastest car in the game, if you can master it, which I never really did. And then you got the green turtle, or I think that's what it's called. Green turtle. I actually forgot what it's called. But the turtle is like, it's the tank. So the way these 4 cars break down, you got the Golden Fox right ahead of us, which has great acceleration, not great top speed, but it's a very easy car to drive. You got the Blue Falcon, which I'm driving, which is really good all around. You got the Turtle, the green one, which is basically a tank. It doesn't steer all that well, but you can basically plow through anything. And you got the Fire Stingray. Fire Stingray has horrible acceleration, but highest top speed. And that's why when you see F-Zero world records, they're always set with the Fire Stingray. Now, personally, I wish that there was a database of F-Zero records that broke everything down by car, because I'm not really into the Fire Stingray. I prefer the Blue Falcon, and I'd love to know how I stack up against other Blue Falcon drivers, but I haven't seen anything out there that's like that. Now, maybe you guys have. If you have, let me know in the comments, because I definitely want to know what other Blue Falcon drivers are doing, and I want to see if I can at least come close to matching their times. That's kind of my thing. Like, I'm not great at simulators. Here we go, number 1 again. I'm not great at like simulator games. I'm sure you've seen some of my lap times on like Assetto Corsa and iRacing, and my lap times are okay, but they're not fantastic. But then you see me in arcade racers, like for example, inertial drift, where I'm like, hang on, let me concentrate here. Sand Ocean, get the bump. You see me in inertial drift, and I'm ranked like number 17 in the world, top 20 in the world. You see me in drag, I'm in the top third of all drivers. So arcade, I'm good. Simulator, wish I was better. But what I'm thinking is, if I could probably stack up fairly well against other Blue Falcon, world record holders, if such a thing even exists. Now, here's the funny thing. I actually don't know if there's a leaderboard for F-Zero on the Switch. I've never really bothered to look, because I really haven't played this game all that much on the Switch. Maybe there is. Maybe I can use these stats to compare, but who knows. It'd be nice if there was. Just because there's no multiplayer in this game, so I've never really been able to play directly against anybody. Like, I think I'm good at it because the game tells me I'm good at it, but the game is there to flatter you. It's not there to make you feel bad. Yeah. You can see even through here, I'm kind of like barely paying attention to what I'm doing. This is... Uh-oh, we got back marker coming up. Let's just cut past him. I took a bump, but that's okay. Another bump. But I've played this track so many times because it's one of the practice tracks. You can't play, you can't practice on every track in this game. You can only practice on like 6 or 7 of them, but this is one of them. So I spent a lot of time on this track just practicing it. So this is, even though I haven't really played this game seriously in decades at this point, I have so much muscle memory, it seems like, that it all just comes back. But again, this isn't the hardest difficulty level. It's the hardest available difficulty level, but it's not the hardest difficulty level. The whole point is to get to that hardest difficulty level. Alright, so getting around these back markers. These back markers are basically moving chicanes, and they're really, really annoying. They're there to basically get in your way, and I feel like they're programmed to just kind of dive in front of you. Old Golden Fox tried to bump me there. Kind of thread the needle past that back marker. Let's just get through this. I hope you guys are enjoying the music. I'm not enjoying that much because I have it turned down, because there's an echo in my headphones. There's a slight delay between me speaking and me hearing when I'm speaking. It can be really distracting, so I have to actually turn it down. But you guys can hear it, and I hope you're enjoying it. There we go. Are we done? Yes, we are. Okay. Just 3 races down, 3 wins. The next one, I don't think I'm going to win, because the next one should be Deathwind. And Deathwind is the one that it's impossible to beat the Fire Stingray. So Deathwind is cool. And it's cool because you're driving through a crosswind the whole time, and that's pretty awesome. And you've got to hit all the turbos to even have a chance of keeping up. Hopefully I can make it. Here come the turbos, and it's basically just an oval. It's basically like straight up NASCAR. High speed, very dangerous. There's definitely a chance that I won't survive. And it's critical to hit all your turbos. You have to hit all your turbos, but the crosswind makes it really difficult, which makes it really interesting, which I think is super cool. But this is definitely going to be the hardest race of all of these. There's just keeping the car out of control. Try not to get into a chain reaction. Try not to get killed by this guy. I'm doing a pretty good job at throwing the needle past these back markers. I'm usually not that good at it. So I get past the turtle, but getting past the stingray is going to be tough. Stingray is super fast. So we're going to use the turbo, get out of here. And see if we hit the other arrow. I missed it. No, I got it. And then we got around the back marker. Good. But I'm still in second? Are you seriously telling me the Golden Fox is ahead of the Fire Stingray on this track? Come on. I guess it is. It doesn't make any sense, but sure. In any case, we should be safe. As long as I'm top 5, I should be making it to the next one. Purposely didn't take the turbo there because I just don't want to run into that back marker who's about to explode. Oof, that's rough. You know this is hard because I'm actually focusing on what I'm doing instead of like talking about whatever else. Fire Stingray is messing me up there. Oh, okay, so we definitely need to finish top 3 here in order to advance. That's kind of scary. Okay, I just used my last turbo, but the race is almost over. Just gotta get past these guys, not get caught in a chain reaction, and we're good. Made it, barely, but made it, and I don't mind that at all. I'll take 3rd place here all day. Silence. Shortcut time. I'll take my bump. Now, this is where silence is tricky, and you're going to see this in a minute. There is a shortcut here, this left right here. The computer never takes, which I'm going to. What makes it difficult, as you saw right there, is you've got to go through mines on both sides, and you've got to hit the ramp to get through it. Otherwise, you get stuck in the dirt. Now, I'm going to have turbos for my second lap through, so even if I missed a ramp, it's okay. But I definitely hurt myself on this one. So I just got to get around this dude over here. It's not going to be a problem once we get to the shortcut. But again, the AI never takes the shortcut. I always do. It's a risk-reward thing. Because if you mess up going through the mines like I just did, you could just basically die right there. You can get into a chain reaction and just blow up. But we're doing okay, and this last complex of corners is really tricky. Let's get some more energy in case I hit a mine later. So things are definitely picking up. Definitely can't afford to not pay attention. Okay, threaded needle good there, but almost lost control in the air. But you see right there how much time you can make up just by getting that shortcut right. Okay, not the greatest idea, but I had to power through those guys. So what should I do? No, you leave me no choice but to take the shortcut and not blow up. Okay, now I'm in serious trouble, and I may not make it to the end. I might and I might not. This track is brutal just because of all the angles. There's no sweeping corners here. Got a little bit of energy left. Maybe I should just play it safe. Yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. That did not work out for me at all. But I still might be able to take this. What just happened? This thing crashed? Are you kidding me? Okay, I don't know, the emulator just froze. Oh my god, I might pull out this win. I might just do it. Yes! That was exciting. No power left. Basically have to nurse the car across the finish line. But we did it. We did it. So you take your little victory lap right here. See, first place in his first race, first place in his second race. First 3 races were pretty easy. Did that without really thinking. Fourth race, death win. I wasn't expecting to win that. I wasn't expecting to win that. I just wanted to get by it. And then the 5th one, pulled that up right here. I'm pretty proud of myself on that because I just haven't played this game in a long time, but I was still able to get through it. So, and we get the credits. No way to speed past this, so basically just going to end this playthrough right here. We're just going to call this part 1. We'll come back for part 2 maybe tomorrow on a different day to get the next cup, knock out those wins, and unlock the master difficulties. So the legendary Shigeru Miyamoto, of course, one of the many ways he innovated in the gaming industry or changed the gaming industry was with this game, but that's a story for another day. So anyways, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, and it was fun, but time for me to go to bed. So until next time, Rez out.